So I know you know because you're my coach. You know that I'd taken the year off since COVID March because I had a lot. I have a crazy schedule. I study even on the weekends, and I just couldn't also show up for training. So many times I would show up late. Maybe I'm missing something at school to show up, or I'm doing something at school and missing training, and it was showing on the court. And I do not like to do things half-heartedly, so I decided to take a break until I can regather myself and be able to do both of them without losing any of them. But how I try to balance, people have always asked me this. Number one, it's grace of God. I wake up in the morning and I'm like, God, I need to go through this day and I need to do all these things. But it takes a lot of discipline. The things my friends are going to do, but I'll never do them because I don't have time to do it. So you have to have discipline, prioritize, know what you have to do at what time, have a timetable and follow it. No procrastination. I do not get to lay around and say, I'm not in the mood to do this. I either do it at that time or there's no other time to do it. So basically you just have to be committed, be consistent, try to make sure that you're showing up for each, and when you're there 100%. I know when I was training, I would have only evening times. I'm the kind of person that never had extra time to train past high school. So every time I was on court, I would give 100. Whether my teammates were slacking down or not, when coach said sprint, I would sprint like my life depended on it, because it's either now or never. So try to give 100, and basically at the end of the day, I just trust God for all those things.
Interesting. To Esther, you're doing psychology. Okay. One would say that's also not an easy course. All right. Okay, it's not something like medicine where it takes up all your time, but still, I believe that it also takes a large amount of your time. Okay, and there's always that influence of our parents. Okay, with Ugandan parents or African parents for that case, books before everything else. Okay, so. How is it with your parents? Do they support you playing basketball? Or it's these things of you have to hide and make sure no basketball photo of you goes up on social media? How is it with your parents?
My parents are very supportive. They are very, very supportive. I actually thank God for that, because we have had fellow teammates where they have to hide, like you've said, hide or facilitate themselves for anything and everything about basketball. But my parents are very supportive. When it came to the time of, I think I'll make it on team, what, the passports, they made sure I get it on time before even anything, before it was even confirmed. The COVID, they made sure I had the shots like on time. If it is the shoes that I need, I'm not going to hustle. They're going to give me that money and I buy the shoes. Basically, even if I say I have training tomorrow, at this time, they'll give me the transport and everything. They're very supportive. That is for sure. So I don't know how to hustle when it comes to basketball.
I wish more parents were supportive. I remember when I was playing basketball, we had to hide to play basketball. If you were caught playing basketball, it was like a crime, basically. But going forward, I think our parents realized that it's actually a good thing. To Bronnie, the secret has to come out. We've been talking about it earlier.
True.
Okay? We know that you're not only a basketballer, you're not only a student. There are other things that you actually do. Some people might know it, but some don't. Okay. A while back, you actually were in the run for Miss Uganda. And to some people, surprise, she was. Okay, so how did you move from basketball all the way to Miss Uganda? Because it's like a complete switch. And what was the experience like? Did you involve any basketball while you were in the Miss Uganda run? How was it?
Miss Uganda was a beautiful experience, hands down. I learned a lot, I grew a lot. I would never take it back for anything. I would just say I have very many different personas. I have my hands in a bit of everything. And I think it's because I believe in being multi-talented, being, what's the word?
Diversified.
Diversifying everything. Because when I was in Miss Uganda, my theme was creating a multi-talented youth. And I believe maybe I'll do it through sports and all these other co-curricular activities that are there to do in addition to education.
Yeah.
So it was a beautiful experience, and I'm a kind of person that dreams, and I will move heaven and earth for my dream to come true.
Yeah.
So yeah, I reached top 5. I was Miss Sports, Miss Pulse, and when I was there for talent, we have very many different things that we do. There is a beach photo shoot and all that. But for talent competitions, I was doing a poem.
Yeah.
But I do want to do the normal kind of poem that people do. I recited a Maya Angelou poem, and I made a few tweets to it. I hope Maya Angelou was proud. And I put on my basketball attire, because the poem was about a woman and all the things a woman is going through. I believed that my basketball attire was maybe a representation of something a woman is trying to do that is thought of as a manly thing.
Yeah.
And I went with my basketball, and I just held my ball and recited my poem as I was doing a bit of dribbling. Then at the end, I put the microphone down and I did a bit of dribbling. I almost lost the ball. But it was such a beautiful experience, and they were shocked. People kept asking me, "You play basketball? Tell me about basketball." And I felt like at some point it helped me put basketball out there for the world and maybe other people. So, yeah.
Interesting. I remember seeing that video, and as a coach, I was just praying, don't lose the ball, don't lose the ball.
Right? I was thinking, okay, I'm doing this, but I can't just do the front dribble.
Yeah.
Let me try the between the legs, behind the back. So as I'm doing the third behind the back, I hit my heel, and the ball just goes away. But everyone is like, yeah. So yeah, saved by the scream.
You got away with it.
I got away with it, but it was beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're out there, you're a girl, you can do more than basketball, you can do more than studying. There's a lot you can do with your life, and these ladies are here to let you know about that. We're going to take a break right now, but when we come back, we'll be talking more about ladies basketball in Uganda, the challenges, and where do we stand. This is a Slam Dunk Basketball Talk on House of Talent Television. My name is Emmanuel Ateng. We'll be right back after this.
One game, one sport, brotherhood, and when you go out there and you put out your hearts and you play great, yes.
I like that East African basketball has really grown, you know, represented by Uganda, South Sudan, by Rwanda, and by Kenya. I know Tanzania is still lagging behind a bit, and Burundi is yet to come, but you know, having 4 of these teams from East Africa making it all the way, to the second round is a very good thing. It shows that there's positivity, you know, in African basketball. It's really growing.
And in the region,
yes,
mostly.
in the region. That is what we need to see. I think in no time we're going to have a lot of players, you know, in the NBA, you know, playing in other leagues. And FUBA, we should really pick a leaf from what, you know, Ferwaba has done. And like you said, let's break it down, rebuild it.
Yeah, but in my view, it's not about just taking out the carpet so that you can sweep the dust there. Yeah. We shouldn't actually pick a leaf from Ferwaba. We should take a tree. We should take the entire tree
with its roots.
Yes.
Welcome back to the Slam Dunk Basketball Talk on House of Talent Television. My name is Emmanuel Ateng, and in the studio, Esther and Brony. For those of you who are waiting for that secret, well, the cat's out of the bag. Brony was, in fact, in the run to be Miss Uganda. She didn't. She fell short of it, but she got a lot of things that other people just dream about, you know. So, Brony, what was the feeling like when you didn't actually make it all the way? I know that you would have loved to be Miss Uganda, but what was the feeling like, you know, going home that day and knowing that, you know what, I didn't reach the goal?
Well, that day was very dramatic for me.
Yeah.
Because Miss Pulse, I was sure I was going to win.
Yeah.
All the numbers said so. But when it was time to actually call out the person, we would stand in two lines and at the back. So the person standing next to me made space. And we learned how, because we have to smile, we learned how to talk to each other through teeth. So my friend is like, this is your sport, right? So I'm preparing to move and they're reading someone else. It was such a shaky experience for me, and I had to be strong, but I felt so bad because I knew what my family had put in out there campaigning for it. But yeah, it was later on corrected. But when I went for the top 10 and the top 5 questions, I think a little part of me was not there on that stage. But I felt good. I felt proud of myself because I wanted this and I went for it. Yeah. And when you go for Miss Uganda, you realize, of course, you go knowing we're 22 girls. Not everyone can win.
Yeah.
So I was just really proud of how much I've done and how much I had learned and how much the experience had impacted on me. And I was so happy for the winner because she was my roommate. Yeah. And as long as the 3 of us got it, we'd all got it. Yeah. So yeah, I was really proud of myself.
Yeah. Well, congrats again.
Thank you.
Hopefully you'll run, for another when it comes around.
Not a chance.
Not a chance?
No.
All right. Maybe we'll pass it over to Esther.
Maybe we'll pass it over to Esther.
Yeah, talking about that, Esther, away from basketball and away from psychology, okay? What are some of those things that you do as Esther? We never know, you might be a Rihanna in the making or, an Azawi in the making, So what do you do outside basketball and school?
First and foremost, I'm a pastor's daughter. Yeah, so I grew up in church. Yeah. I can try singing. I'm not a whole Rihanna, but somehow, I'm there. Yeah, so I'm in the choir ministry. I'm a worshiper. Yeah, that's it. That is most of the time when I'm not doing basketball or campus, you're going to find that I have practice on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, of course. Yeah, so it is church, basketball, books.
Yeah. So balancing church and basketball is a tricky experience because the culture of basketball has always been deemed to be one of, guys who are kind of wayward, guys who are not really straight, if I could put it that way. Yeah. So how do you balance your faith and basketball? Because if I come and say, Esther, we need to go and do this, and your faith says, no. Yeah. So how do you balance, that kind of temptation that comes with the culture around basketball with your faith?
I would say it is the grace of God, because you cannot just stand and say, I'm not going for this. Trust me, by your own power, strength, you can't. Because it is fun. When you look at it, it is really fun. Yeah. You want to try it. But then you remember, to talk something small, there is this teaching, there is Make a Church. It's about your relationship with God. It is one of the biggest things. So you realize it is going to take you back from where you have been, and you're going to know that you have actually set a foot back or set so many steps back. Yeah. So you know how much it is taking you back and how much you're going to go through going back so that you can reach where you have been or even pass it. Yeah. So it is basically God. Also, like, you have to pray so much. You ask God for the strength because not everyone can do it. Yeah. Otherwise, if you just chill, you may just find yourself that side and everyone just looking at you. As for my dad, who is a pastor, like, he will tell you, I'm not going to come looking for you around clubs, what, even if I hear that you were there or something, I'm not going to come looking for you. Yeah. You know the right thing to do. So that is the first thing. I'd be like, oh God, my dad knows I know the right thing to do. So how is he going to hear me that I did this? So I just decide to accept what is happening, what I am, and then do the other side of it, like the right thing. Yeah, basically that is it. Otherwise, you cannot just do it by yourself. Yeah.
Interesting. there's a lot of things that go into basketball. Okay, obviously, Bronnie, you mentioned one earlier, discipline. Okay, and I believe that to handle such a situation, one, yes, you need God, but you also need to be disciplined.
Yeah,
okay.
True.
God will create for you situations where you need to be disciplined. He won't give you the discipline.
Yeah.
Okay. Bronnie, what are some of those other elements that you have learned in the game of basketball, through the game of basketball, that have helped you in your normal day life? Yeah.
Number one, hard work.
Yeah.
There is talent, yes, but hard work beats talent. I know for a fact most of the things I do, I am not a natural talent. Yes, there is a bit of talent, but I would attribute most of it to hard work.
Yeah.
So hard work is very important. You have to work hard for the things that you want. You have to go for the things that you want, which is basketball. If you want to make the basket, you want to win the game, you have to wake up and decide, today I'm going to be aggressive, today I'm going to do my part to win this game. Basketball is a team sport. That teaches me to work with other people, to work with a family. I'm told I'm a great leader.
Yeah.
I will get things done. So that's something I know I have got from basketball.
Yeah.
Basketball gives you exposure. It's a big field. We know basketball usually has large crowds.
Yeah.
So it helps you learn how to handle different kinds of people, how to handle the spotlight, because we know basketball is known as a cool sport.
Yeah.
In school, when you play basketball, it's like the basketballers are coming. They're going to sit right over there. So it helps you know the spotlight, how to handle it when it comes. However small the spotlight is, when it comes, it's a spotlight in whatever perspective of your life it is.
Yeah.
Then basketball has taught me to persevere. Life is not easy. When we left Form 6, they were telling us, hey, when you leave high school, things are going to be nice. It's a lie. Accident. Adulthood is a lie. There is so much you have to do. There is so much you have to show up for. There is so many people are looking at you and expecting a lot from you.
Yeah.
So all that, if you cannot persevere, if you cannot get all those things from basketball, from sports, from whatever line of your life it is, and just fix them in also your normal life, it's just not going to work. When I talk to most basketballers, Claire Lamunu, for example, was telling us in high school, she's an athlete abroad, and she plays, she trains twice, she works, and she has education.
Yeah.
So with all that, she has 2 hours of sleep. That's something you can't just do as a normal person, but you know you have to do this.
Yeah.
And those are things you learn, because basketball, even if your muscles are hurting, you have to defend that basket, even if, so all those things put together are things I get from basketball.
Yeah. Over to Esther. Is there anything else you can supplement on that?
About what she said.
Yeah. Or about, the different challenges maybe you'd have in basketball and all.
Okay, so the different challenges that are in basketball for the women in general, I feel like there is a lot of stereotyping. Like you said, when we had just come, you said it is usually the men. Yeah, so it is usually the men in the basketball community. But so many women have come up, but there is a way people feel like, oh, so you play basketball? When you look like that? No, you don't look like you do. Can you even push some? Okay, can you really stand your ground? Can you, it is, the stereotyping is there, but that alone cannot stop the women from playing. So I urge guys, the girls, please, continue playing. Whichever stereotype may be there, it is for us to, hit and go through that glass ceiling, whatever that is, so that we can be better. And then maybe the other thing, like she said, the brain drain in athletes. Most of the times, I for one, if I got a very good opportunity to go abroad for basketball, I would surely and also pack my bag because I feel like there is so much more that you get from outside than what you're going to gain from here, right from the training, I don't know, there are so many activities, the way they're going to get you prepared for the training, the things that you're getting out of it. You're going to play, you're going to play your whole heart out, knowing that everything else is set. But here you're playing, you don't know if supper is actually there. So you have to go and hustle out. So sometimes you'll even be like, okay, I have training, but I have to work. Basketball is not going to feed me. Let me go for work. I'll train some other time. You get? That is another thing that I feel is affecting the women basketball kind of thing in this country. Yeah, those are the few things that I think.
Okay, well, 2020 and 2021, okay, with the coming through of COVID, the basketball league was cancelled. That's actually all basketball in Uganda was cancelled. Okay, so basically 2020 no basketball, 2021 no basketball, and we had the men playing the Afro basket. Ladies were supposed to go play a similar tournament, but government or NCS in that form did not actually put in the finances for them to go out there. We also have the second division basketball league that is running right now, all men. Okay, the ladies league was not reinstated. Okay, so it looks like basketball in Uganda has become a male-dominated field. Okay, now how do we get the women up there when it comes to basketball? Because I believe that you guys are looked down upon. Okay, just like you said, when someone looks at you and is like, oh, you also play basketball. Okay, yet when you look at the international scene, okay, look at the WNBA, look at basketball in Europe, okay, it's a situation whereby the ladies might not be that up there, but they're somewhere. Okay, and in Uganda we need to get ladies to that point. Okay, so what can we do to develop women's sports in relation to basketball in Uganda?
Number one, before I talk about the we, I need to talk about the I. As women, what are you doing? You know, when we look at the world in general, we've been fighting right from the word get-go, right? Like a girl has to stay home. There are all these things about a girl that a girl has to do. So if you want something, what are you doing to fight for it? I remember when I wanted to play basketball. So these challenges start with the I. When all those things happen, what are you doing? Are you crumbling, or are you standing out to fight for yourself? I remember so many people, we started with left because I want to train, but they're getting me off the court. Those that wanted to train would stay and just push through with the boys. I want to train, but that only if you ask me to state a female coach, in my mind, I know one person, Coach Mavita Ali. That's it. She's the only lady I know and have seen ever since I was a little girl playing basketball. She's the only lady I know that, maybe there are others, but she's the one that I've actively seen do something for the women through what she was doing with Score Beyond. I know there is Angels doing something. The different teams are doing things. There are grassroots programs. What are we doing to bear the girls? Girls do have challenges. So yeah, as much as we preach equality and equity, girls are going to need a little extra attention for them to have to go against all those challenges at home, in their lives, in their bodies, to show up on court and do what they have to do. Then the opportunities that are set for girls. For example, university, there is that four points that are given to the girls, or the scholarship, the sports scholarship. It's giving a girl a bit of a higher chance, you know? Yeah, some boys will argue that it's unfair, but it is that those are some of the things I'm seeing that are done. So now when we look at the league, what are they doing to make sure that those young kids are getting in? If it wasn't for my coach, I wouldn't know about NBL and how to get in. So these teams, what are they doing to go to schools and scout the little girls that are playing so well to join their teams? Because I know most teams wait for the girls to come to them. They put it out there, yeah, we're waiting for players, and girls go. But as teams, are you reaching out to make sure I've gone to the grassroots to see which girl is playing so well? I've noticed in the abroad, when you're going to play, they scout you, they give you a training program, and they keep an eye on you. In Uganda, coach is going to see you at nationals and be like, you play so well, you should come play for my team when you finish. Which class are you senior to? Okay. then all the way to senior 6, you'll never see him. You'll even forget his name. You'll see him again if you get a chance to play. So what are you doing to monitor that child that is continuing? Boys are always looking for things, you know, playing the 3-on-3 street basketball, looking for the coach. But girls have a way they are set back, and they need to be late. They should know. They should let them know that if you actually show up and just let us know that we're going to do this. So they need to create a platform for them to know that they are welcome. And that starts with a top. There is no I'm going to show up if I'm not seeing a female national team that is moving. If I'm not seeing a national team select that is on the side training and playing for a chance, because I have seen the same people in the national team for as long as I can remember. And I also know a lot of people that deserve or can be on that team, but are not being noticed or appreciated or corrected, and I've seen them go wee all the way down. So those are the I could go about this all day, but I guess I'll just stop there for today.
Well, we're pressed for time, but before we get to the end of the show, Esther, Bruni has talked about the I and the we when it comes to the ladies, okay? In like 30 seconds, what can the men do, okay, to promote women's sports, or basketball for that matter?
Yes, so today morning, someone told me, he made research, actually my brother, that these days the NBA actually facilitates the WNBA games to see that they're also somewhere. How about the NBL men starts doing something, not totally like investing in and all that, but it can be with the support system. It can be one very good thing, seeing that creating more opportunities for these ladies, putting up different games, like so as like women can be like seen or showing that these guys also like care. It can start with support, and then with time they can also like recommend whoever facilitates them to like partially have his thoughts somewhere on the women's team, so that like they can all go about like together in solidarity. I think that can work. I don't know, I don't think it's something big. It can start with support and then financially with time.
I'd actually love to see, you know, a structure like that.
I would give an example. When we're in school, there is a time they were not going to take the girls, and the boys stood and said, if the girls are not going, we are not going. They had to get the money, so that was a good thing that the boys did for the girls. So just
kind
to
of
supplement on
solidarity.
that.
All right, so your final thoughts. Bruni, there's a girl out there watching. She wants to get into basketball. She's really not sure. Or there's a girl out there playing basketball, but she wants to get into modeling. She wants to get into a music career. Really not sure what she should do. What would you say to that girl?
I would say, number one, you will never be sure with what you want to do with life. Life is fluid. As soon as you understand that, life is going to be easy for you. So for me, number one, it's God. I have to pray, I have to talk to God, I have to, you know, he's my moral compass. Without him, I wouldn't be here. Number two, family. Make sure that you involve your family in everything that you do. Make sure they're working with you. Have a support system around you in whatever you're going to do. And the one thing I always tell people, go for what you want to do. Live, laugh, love. Take the risk. You know, if you don't do it, what are you going to lose? If you do it, you'll probably get it or not get it. If you don't do it, you're not going to get it. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. But you have a 50% chance of making the ones that you take. So just go for it, whatever it is. And you can reach out to me on my social media. I have people that I've talked to and maybe helped where I can. And I know we can deep dive into the details of what you want to do.
And finally, Esther, there's a girl out there, she thinks, you know what, it's too late for me to start basketball, or it's too late for me to start a singing career, it's too late for me to do A, B, C, D. You know, what would you tell such a girl?
It is never too late to start anything, that is for sure. You can start on anything and everything at any time. It is not yet, like, time is not lost. You can do it. Put God first, like Bruni said, put God first. Number 2, me, I have a mentor. She's called Letitia, the one of KCCA. Like, she will call me to ask me, did you train? Like, get that one person that is going to do that for you. And I thank God for her. Yeah, get that one person that is going to do that for you. It can be your coach. It can be someone that has played the game. Yeah. Bronnie is here and she's willing to do that for you. Please reach out to her. Yeah, basically that is it. And also trusting yourself. It starts with you. If you feel like you can't do it, even when you try it, it's not going to move. Yeah. But when you feel like you can do it, with God helping you and having your mentor by your side and all that, you can surely make it.
Yeah. Well, ladies, thank you very much for coming through to the show. I know we could have talked, you know what, someone says we can talk until the cows come home, but we're always pressed for time. But thank you for honoring our invite to come here. Hopefully, we'll have you guys come in next time again, you know, with more of the team. I know there are 2 members that are not here, and hopefully we can get them in next time. But thank you very much for coming. Thank you for encouraging the young girls out there, the basketballers out there, you know, just inspiring people to be something better than they are right now. This has been the Slam Dunk Basketball Talk on House of Talent Television. My name is Atengi Manuel, and catch us next time. Maybe we'll have them back. Maybe we'll have a new batch. But we always want to talk basketball in Uganda, internationally, dissect the game, and help this game grow in Uganda. Catch you next time. This is House of Talent Television.
Right? I was also counting 10 seconds.
10 seconds on TV is like 2.
I had, you know, shots were dropping. You know, you just need to have, and you need to have that self-drive, but you also need to have support. So seek for support from your parents. Don't be shy to bring up the idea of, you know, can I go for training today? Or maybe can I get a basketball and be dribbling? Because you need to be able to not make excuses for yourself. That's a thing that a lot of people subconsciously do. They're like, well, I don't have a court at home, so I can't do anything. But you can get a basketball and learn to dribble, you know. Then when you actually are able to access a court, you'll have a starting point, you know. And also to, you know, just if you love something, give it your all. Because I know there was a time when I played basketball, but I didn't love it, so I was just, you know, going with the flow, not really, I didn't have any sense of direction, I didn't have any goal. But when I started setting goals for myself and actively trying to reach them, that's when I actually started seeing results, like with the national team. I set that as a goal, and, you know, it paid off when I got to play, and also the Kenya camp. Because the second I came back from Cairo, you know, I was sleeping one morning, I had slept, I'd come back, it was the second day I'd been back. I hear a knock at my door. It's my dad. Get up, coach is coming in 30 minutes, be ready. You know, you have to be able to do that for yourself, or have someone who's willing to do that for you. And, you know, just look for opportunities to play. I know there's like a lot of people who can't, you know, it's not as simple as just waking up, you know, getting a driver to take you somewhere. But, you know, look around, maybe your area, there's like a place you can go for pickup. Maybe you can borrow someone's ball, you know, just if you want it enough, you'll be able to put in the work. Yeah.